So it's funny. Someone told me, someone I got a message today was like, Akil, just saw your profile. You're a trading view wizard, which was cool. Got to dye my beard gray, by the way. And I love the quote, look left structurally as clues. And even though history doesn't repeat itself in the market, it's catchy. And I'm like, well, you know, if you watch the market long enough, history does repeat itself. And here's an example right here. Rising channel, massively overbought, boom. Rising channel, massively overbought. Let's see if we see a boom. Now, it repeats itself in different ways. That's the key. But the market repeats itself. That's what pattern recognition is. How do we know that a head and shoulders works? Because it's been working for, I don't know how many decades and probably centuries, I would say, actually. It just looks slightly different each time. Reversal strategy indicator or channel pattern here. Both. We have a rising channel, yep. With confluence from the RSI. We didn't really get much divergence here. Until the very we didn't get much divergence. We kind of just fell straight to the clip. Does your gut say buy or sell? My gut says, don't listen to my gut. My gut says I'm hungry. Intuition. My intuition says, don't listen to my intuition. I ignore both of those things. You know what we pay attention to? Rules. It's the only thing we pay attention to, rules. Doesn't matter what our gut says, what our intuition says, what our feels say. We pay attention to what our trading plan says. So the question you want to ask yourself is, one, is this a setup that is in your playbook? Another great book, by the way. Is this a setup that's in your playbook? Meaning, in your trading plan, can you take rising channels? If you check that box off, then boom. The next question is, what do you need to, is this a rising channel that you can take? Right? So are there certain requirements that you have? RSI overbought? Must we be at structure? Right? Do we have to be in an underlying trend? Stuff like that. See if that checks off. Then, what is your entry reason for rising channels? And did the market give you that? So those are the things that we want to follow. We don't want to follow, it doesn't matter what our gut says, doesn't matter what our intuition says. I get gut feelings and I got a lot of intuition all the time. And guess what? I can't trade it. I can't tell you how many opportunities I see where I'm like, yep, we're going up. I'll shoot a message to Greystone. I'm like, Greystone Gold today, watch. But can't trade it because it's not in the rules. So that's what we want to pay attention to the market. We want to identify, do I trade rising channels? Okay. If I trade rising channels, what do I need specifically in the rising channels or falling channels that I trade? Do I need RSI diversions? Do I need RSI overbought? Do I need to be at structure? And then finally, what is my entry reason? How do I get involved? Is it a lower low, lower close? Is it the break of a trend line? Is it RSI dipping back below overbought? So the dip, after we go above 80, dipping below 80, is that my entry signal? Is it a moving average cross? You know, there's millions of things we can use. But that's what we want to pay attention to in the markets. We don't want to go off of gut feeling because you will go broke very, very quickly off of gut feeling. Because then you're doing nothing but gambling, right? If we're trading off gut feeling or even intuition, we're just gambling. Right? We're not consistently extracting our edge. Now I can tell you, from this specific pattern is a relief pattern. So this specific pattern means loss of momentum. So imagine like throwing a football into the air. It goes high arc, and then eventually it gets to like an apex, and we have to kind of run out of steam, right? Same thing with the RSI, right? Nothing can go up forever. So after we go up for a very long period of time in a very strong type of way, there has to be some type of relief. And a rising channel is a relief type pattern. So in this specific pattern, you would look for shorts. The next question you have to ask yourself is, all right, if we're going to go short, where are we likely to go short to? So we can bring in some areas. The first area I would see right here is our previous inside level of structure. Keeping in mind this is a counter trend play. Well, I got structure there. What about a Fibonacci? Can I bring a Fibonacci in? Fibonacci retracement, swing low to swing high. I've got a 382 lining up right with structure. Pretty decent target level. Now, next question is, how can I get involved? Well, let's say I'm someone that needs a lower low, lower close. I look for the first lower low, lower close. Well, we don't have that yet, but I know that if my stops are, let's say, an ATR above the highs, maybe they're not. Let's just put a random stop in. Let's say my stop loss is going to be right here. Well, now I know the distance between my stop loss and my potential target. I know that my risk reward needs to be 1-to-1. So I know that any entry above that 50% is going to work with my risk reward. If I require 1-to-1, anything below it will not. So now I know if I get a lower low, lower close, I can take it as long as it's above this 50% line. So that would be a good example of how you would set up a trade. But again, you're not making this stuff up on the fly, right? You're not making this stuff up on the fly. This is all rules based. So we're not just, there's millions of ways to enter stuff. You're not just picking and choosing like, well, today I'm going to do this, today I'm going to do that. This should all be in your trading plan. So when you get to a trading opportunity, you should know exactly what you need. That's why you hear me so many times I do analysis like, yeah, I like that, but can't take it. Couldn't be a trade for me. Like, well, how do you know that? Well, because I know exactly what I need. And this doesn't have exactly what I need. And it's also why I warn you guys where I'll be like, hey, like, it's not a bad trading opportunity, guys. And this is why I hate saying it's not one for me, because people always assume it's a bad trading opportunity. It's not a bad trading opportunity. It's just one that I can't personally take. And like I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of great trading opportunities that I just can't take. They don't meet my rules. Like, I would love to take them if I could. I'd love to be a reckless trader and take everything that I think is going to work out, but I just can't. And that's the discipline, right? Discipline is wanting to do something and not doing it. Discipline is being on a diet and knowing that no one's home and you can grab that big old chocolate cake if you wanted to and no one would ever know, but telling yourself no. And I don't know about you guys, but I tell you what, every time I do something that's discipline, I feel a lot better about myself the next day. My bad habit right now is like I eat like a second dinner right before bed. So I'll be like in the bed, me and my wife will watch a show, and like I'll just grab like a full second dinner because I'm hungry. And I don't need it, but I want it. And then like I wake up the next morning, my stomach hurts because like I got a full stomach right before going to bed. And I'm like, oh yeah, the crumbs are in the bed and stuff like that. And she gets mad at me. And I feel horrible the next day. And I'm like, I'm never going to do it again. And then I do it again the next day. But then the days where I'm like, you know what, I'm not doing it. I'm just going to have like some yogurt and some granola and something light. Maybe not a sugary drink, just some water. And I feel fantastic the next day. Or same thing like the gym. You don't feel like going to the gym and then like, I don't want to work out today. And you do a workout. You're like, man, I feel great the next day. Right? That is discipline. It sucks at the time, but it makes you feel better later. Undisciplined is the exact opposite. It feels great at the time, but then it sucks later. I'm playing for the future, so I'd rather have the future. Plus, if I keep leaving crumbs in the bed, my wife may leave me, and I don't want that. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you ever want to join us for one of these live room sessions, feel free. We host both a London and a New York session 3 times a week, and it is available with your trial membership over at www.tier1trading.com. So come on over, take some courses, hop in the live room, share some trading ideas, spend some time talking with like-minded individuals, and get started on your path to becoming an independent, consistently profitable trader. www.tier1trading.com. See you there.